Alrighty YouTube, another one of Kip's Clips. So this is a continuation of the last. In 15 minutes I managed to get 3 minutes and 12 seconds out of this programme without having to, without it really annoying me so much. I've got that last one up, I've calmed myself down a wee bit, more composed, I can get back into it. I want to leave a link below for you as well, and this is a UK column. Blog, and what you'll find is the actual documents with the proposals, with her name on the bottom, as she was legal secretary. There's her name there, Harriet Harman. That's what I mean by stamped on the dotted line. Her name is stamped, all of it. Go and read these. Go and read all these documents. And all the evidence is here. There you can see Harriet Harman's husband's name, and that's the Executive Committee elections. And then you have other organisations. PIE sounds lovely, doesn't it? Especially if you're hungry. Just unfortunate the abbreviates for Peadophile Information Exchange. I told my mum, my mum's 65, told my mum about this the other day. I was like, surely you must know about PIE. Or like Peadophile Information Exchange? No. So this wasn't even publicised at the time. Granted, back in the day when this was out, I think there might even been only 2 channels, if not 3. So it would have been it would have been easier for the politicians and the powers that be to keep this under wraps, but not anymore. Anyway, let's get back into the Jury mind tricks, the mass manipulation, the BBC on one hand, Harriet Harman on the other, and they're going to get you exactly where they want you in the first place. This is not a proper interview. This is not them really asking the hard questions. It's a cover-up. This is part of the scam, right? There it is there, sorry. Now, when I put this up on my channel raw, so people can go and watch it just raw. And I just seen a comment there. I'm not singling anybody out or anything, but they said, I can't even remember the name, but it was along the lines like, hats off to the interviewer. The interviewer really pushed her there. That's the theatre. You're buying into the theatre. It's a fake argument. This is like Alex Jones and Mark Dice. It ain't real. It's to get you where they wanted you in the first place. Snap out of it. The BBC are not genuinely asking her the questions. I mean, it was the other day I heard the BBC fucking talking to an Israeli, and they talked about apartheid, and then just skipped over it. It's the Judai mind trick to make you think they have addressed the situation. The BBC didn't ask the Israeli guy to properly address apartheid happening inside Israel, and this BBC reporter is not letting Harriet Harman properly address the real questions. The real questions. They're asking the questions and then she's going, yes, but, I, but, no, but, maybe, I, but, no, but, maybe, and then they're moving on. Yes, no, or you're dead. That's the games these motherfuckers should be playing. Yes, no, or we chop your fucking head off. That's it. Yes, no, or away with your head. That's what it should be. Off with your head or whatever. Let's get back into this. Now, I left it at the part where she was talking about anybody, any individual, any group, anybody that pays us money can get in the group. And she's admitting that she's either trying to hide, she's admitting that this organisation whores themselves out to anybody that has the money. That organisation will fight the cause in Parliament, a lobby group, a lobby in Parliament for anybody or any group as long as they stump up the money. That is what she's wanting. That's the version that she's telling you. She's not telling you that, yes, I used to hang around with a bunch of liberals who, a lot of them were kiddie fiddlers and they thought it was out of order that people get persecuted for being kiddie fiddlers. So let's lower the age down to 10 and have a fucking free-for-all! Woohoo! Anyway, let's get back into this.
Affiliate to it. An affiliation is an official link. And when you were the legal officer at the National Council for Civil Liberties, did you do anything to suggest that link should be broken? Did you do anything to try to push them away from you?
Scumbag. She's got a Scottish accent, right? Says a lot, man. She's obviously deep in the street and in the know. But on the surface of this, it sounds like she's asking them real questions, but it isn't. Listen to the answer Harriet Harman gives, and then the real question evaporates, and in your mind, you're left with the impression that this BBC reporter, talking head shell bitch, put it well. She's certainly not thinking for herself because she ain't asking the real questions. I mean, can you imagine, just thinking, if you consider yourself to be a normal dude, a normal woman, what questions would you be asking her, right? Then ask your question, why the hell is the BBC not doing that? There's your answer, that it's a deliberate sham. But anyway, let's get on with the show. And watch out for Harriet Harmans. Also, right, I'll leave a link for the UK column with all the documentation with Harriet Harmans and her husband and Patricia Hewitt, I believe it is, scumbag fingerprints all over it. I will leave you a link to this as well. This is a video I've done about I am Ukraine and the propaganda blinking that she does. Go and look into the body language of blinking, and then let's watch Harriet Harman.
Organisation?
They'd already been pushed away.
Well, they were still members till 1983.
Well, you know, they
still members to 1983. They had already been pushed away.
Already been pushed away in 1976, and were not having, you know, the policy was set by the broad membership of NCCL at their annual general meetings.
But in terms of that affiliation...
Did you see the cut there as well? That was edited, it was cut.
Did you have anxiety about that at the time?
Well, the anxiety and the controversy had happened before I was there.
But did you not have...
Oh, listen, we need to let her off the hook, guys. They were all paedophile supporting fucking scumbags before she got there. Sorry, Harriet Hammond. You just turned up one day in the whole room. Anybody could join, anybody could pay their money, and the whole room was just filled with these big paedophile motherfucking supporting scumbags. And you thought you would just kick about, kick your shoes off, marry your husband, lobby Parliament for their positions. But hey, they were already pedos before I got here. Nothing to do with me. This reminds me about John's JP2's John's clip that he done, man. And he was talking about nobody wants to take liability. Just passing the fucking buck. Bureaucratic merry-go-round even. And this is very true. She ain't taking liability. It wasn't me. It's like Bart Simpson. It wasn't me. Nobody see me do it. I can't prove anything. And that's exactly what these politicians are doing.
Anxiety about the continuing affiliation while you were there. You were there for 4 years. You were there with one of your close friends and your husband. Did none of you discuss anxieties about having them as a group linked, however distantly, to the work that you were trying to do?
But they were not linked to the work that we were doing.
But you see it...
They were not linked to the work you were doing. So why, when we go to documents... Like this, it's got your name signed because you're the legal secretary, and it's proposing bringing the age of consent down to 5, and it was even discussed to bring it down to the age of 4. But hey, the BBC's telling you the truth. Where's the BBC one? Let's get back to the BBC. Let's see how the BBC deal with this. Are they going to push her on this? Are they going to bring up the documents?
At the time when you were the legal officer there, you wrote in a briefing paper to MPs, and we have it here, that prosecutions in relation to child protection and photography should only proceed if you can prove that children were actually harmed.
Right, so there they are presenting her with the letter signed by her, saying that paraphrasing, it's only a paedophilic offence if the child was harmed. If you take pornographic photographs of children and you don't harm them while you're doing it, think of that. Think of the logic. Think of what they're trying to... That's a fucking mind melt and a half. Think of the Jedi mind tricks the BBC and this pedo supporting scumbag has got going in people's heads right now. Is it okay to take pictures of a fucking child when we're not harming them if it's for paedophiles? Seriously? But this is mass manipulation.
Now, making that argument while the National Council was linked to the paedophile information exchange, can you see why people might raise an eyebrow about that argument?
Why people may raise an eyebrow? You see, the BBC are doing the same fucking shit they done to cover for the fucking politicians' expenses scandal. Oh, they're just fiddling their expenses. There's just a little fiddle here and a little fiddle here. Oh, nothing to see here. Everybody does it. We were just doing it because everybody does it. A little fiddle here, a little fiddle there. See how they're trying to fucking bring the fucking supporting of the fucking mass abuse of underage children, paedophile fucking shit. They're trying to fucking bring it down. How trying to water it down. Do not let the BBC create your narrative. Do not let the BBC tell you what to think about. Fucking paedophile. Paedophile should be fucking... Anyway, let's see how she tries to water this down.
While the National Council was linked to the paedophile information exchange, can you see why people might raise an eyebrow?
Raise a fucking eyebrow! She should be saying, can you see why people want to chop your fucking head off? Oh my god, a paedophile MP. That don't make me raise an eyebrow. That's all. Now I'll just go about my daily business because I've raised my eyebrow. It's all dealt with now. You should raise an eyebrow too, and then go on about your daily business about watching BBC propaganda and buying McDonald's. Nothing to see here. Please move on. Raise an eyebrow, and it's dealt with.
About that argument being made while there was an official link to an overt group of paedophiles.
But basically, if you look at that briefing paper, it actually welcomes the Protection of Children Bill, which for the first time was going to introduce a criminal law which said photography of children, which was going to be used for pornography, which was sexually abusive of children, was for the first time going to be a criminal offence.
Are you listening to this, man? Fucking draw-dropping. Draw-dropping. It really is black as white. Yes, well, the bill you're talking about, which would allow people to take pornographic photographs of children being legal, that bill was actually there to protect children and making taking pornographic pictures of children illegal. Black is white, up is down, 1984 is here. You have heard it for yourself. Our name's on the documents. She was part of the council. The council was officially affiliated with PI, not a clandestine paedophile operation, but paedophile information exchange. Their members have went to jail. One of their members came out and said that having sex with an underage child is nothing more than than being friends with each other. I've mucked that quote up a wee bit, but... it came out of the left-wing magazine, I can't remember it now. Yous are getting duped, man. I'm running out of time again because I can't listen to this shit without dissecting it. The BBC are scumbags for portraying this as a proper interview. Please hopefully tell me people can see that the BBC are in this. This is not the BBC getting to the... This is the fucking chicken feed fed up to the public. This is the whitewash. This is the bullshit. This is them starting the fucking cover-up, right? This isn't real. They would have fucking stage managed that shit.
We also argued that we wanted it to have clear definitions.
Was the affiliation between the two?
Did you see the cut there as well? Clear definitions, and she would have elaborated, but the BBC didn't like that, or it would have made her look too bad, and it's been edited out.
Two groups a mistake.
There wasn't an affiliation between the two groups. You're making it sound as if there was somehow...
There wasn't an affiliation between the two groups. She's already admitted that they've paid their money and they are members of the LC... council... I bloody forgot, man. She's already admitted the NCCL, that's it, the National Council of Civil Liberties. She's already admitted that the council that she was legal secretary of, her husband was chief executive, I believe, and a close friend, Patricia Hewitt, was a member of as well, took money from a paedophile information exchange group, happily took their money, allowed them to be members, allowed them to turn up to meetings, and then documents their organisation lobbying Parliament for all the things that she's just went over. She's literally trying to tell you black is white.
A mutuality, there wasn't.
But technically there was an affiliation.
No.
They paid their membership to the NCCL and they were therefore part of the wider group. Was that a mistake?
They paid their money to NCCL, and at the time, NCCL takes money from any organisation, which was a lawful organisation, and any individual.
But was it a mistake to have that affiliation?
Well, I think what was right was to actually dispel them from...
See what I'm talking about with this yes, no or die fucking game? I swear to God, these scumbag, professional, political fucking liars. Running out of time again. I'm not even going to do a third part, man. Go and listen to this scumbitch yourself, man. Surely you can see the filth actually flowing from your mouth. It's disgusting. The BBC are are facilitating her to bounce on your TV screen and mind melt you to make